Hey there, taco, 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 taco. We love to talk about tacos. We love to eat tacos. We have a whole day. We call it Taco Tuesday. We love tacos. But you know, what we struggle with is talking about what we struggle with. We love to talk about tacos. We love to talk about food. We love to talk about fun things. But talking about things we struggle about, we struggle to talk about those. So, I have done something to help us talk about things we struggle with, specifically our value, our self-esteem. I have addressed the issue of do you struggle with your value many times and talked about the statistics about adults. 85% of adults worldwide struggle with their self-esteem. 85%, that's a lot. Well, I came across another statistic dealing with children. Do you know that the number 2 leading cause of death in children age 10 to 14 is suicide? I would say that struggling is a part of that. There was a struggle before a young person would do that. And I would venture to say that part of it would be them not knowing their value, that the value of their life, the value of their purpose, the value to continue living. So my grandson and I have done something about this. We have created a taco book, Taco, to Taco Bout, to talk about, Taco Bout Your Value. We created this book. It's an activity book. It's got stories in it. It's got puzzles in it. But I want to read you the dedication in it, because this is what this book is all about. This book is all about fun and building you up on the inside. We hope the stories and activities will inspire conversations about your inherent value and what that means. Inherent value. I've spoken about that on my various social medias, my podcast, many places, over and over and over again. I have that book, Because You Matter. I talk about value all the time. But children struggle with it in different ways than adults do. But this is a fun way to deal with it, to talk about it. You could get 2 books and do it with a friend and talk about it together. This is geared toward children age 9 to 15. That's kind of a broader way. I mean, the pictures in it, smaller children would love to color. Like, look at this silly taco. So younger children would love doing the coloring pages, but there are mazes and there are decoding messages and there are crosswords, and some of these things have larger words, which is why it's geared toward a little bit older, to talk about it. What is that word? You ask your mom or your dad or your teacher or someone who they love, who they have in their life, that they can talk about, what does it mean, this word? What does this mean, inherent? What's inherent even mean? And to talk about that. Inherent is value that you have without earning it. You don't lose it. It's because God put it in there. It's important for children to know they have inherent value because they go through stuff. And once we're going through stuff, they need it even more. So I would love to get this into schools and hospitals and places where kids are struggling with cancer and all kinds of other things like that. But it's good for adults too, because adults struggle. 85% of adults struggle. You might think it's a little infantile. Well, what about the fun ads in here where you come up with all the different kinds of words and then you make up stories? It's fun. And it takes what can be awkward and makes it fun. And it's something you could do together with someone else. Do it with a friend. Get for each of you. You could even do it in a group setting just to have a fun time together and have a great discussion, because we need to talk about the things we struggle with. Even if this gets us talking about more things than our value, but our emotions and our thinking or what we're struggling with in life, because we need to talk about it, because that's how we start doing something about it. Because I love you. I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com, that lady on the internet who loves you. I want you to know your value. I want you to deal with the things that are hurting you, because it matters. You matter. You have great value, and I want to help you to know it and internalize it so it affects your life in a positive way. Because there's another quote at the beginning of this, which is from my book, Because You Matter. I dedicated this to every person who has ever struggled with their sense of value, because failing to own your value keeps you from achieving your potential and enjoying your life. You need to know your value. And I love you. Grab a copy of this book. Get a copy of Because You Matter too. If you're an adult, maybe that's something that you need also, because it will help you take ownership of your value. So I love you. Until next time, bye-bye.